Hello, Rama Puppotu. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with devotee NRK. In 1930, he had a tonsils operation. The doctor made a mistake and removed more flesh than necessary, resulting in incessant bouts of coughing, which led to acute asthma. He took allopathic medicines, but these did not provide any relief. He then tried Ayurveda, Unani, and other such systems of treatment, which forbade him from consuming tamarind and chili. During this time, he visited Bhagavan with his uncle Appachi Iyer and his brother-in-law. Bhagavan again invited them for lunch. They all sat down and food was served. It was the same rice, sambar, rasam, and buttermilk that are served in Ramana Ashramam even today. NRK hesitated when he saw the sambar being poured on the mound of rice because of his diet restrictions. Bhagavan, who had been looking at him all the while, said, "Having come here to be rid of all your illnesses, why are you hesitant? Eat." This was a divine commandment. He hoped that the commandment would cure him, and it did. It was not a miracle that happened immediately. It took a few months, but he was completely cured. In addition to this, another beautiful incident took place on the same day. Bhagavan's brother Chinnaswamy called him and presented him with a big picture of Bhagavan at the age of 21. He also gave him two Tamil books, Sri Arunachala Studi Panchakam, 5 hymns in praise of Arunachala, written by Bhagavan, and Sri Ramana Stuti Panchakam, 5 hymns in praise of Bhagavan, written by a mystical devotee of his. An elated NRK took these to Bhagavan and placed them on his lap. Bhagavan picked up the books, corrected the printing mistakes in them, and returned them to him with a photo. NRK prostrated before Bhagavan and received these as prasad. He preserved and treasured these all his life. It did not stop here. A beautiful dialogue between the Guru and the skeptic disciple had already taken place. It happened again in 1922 when the skeptic scientist had become the disciple of Ramana Maharishi. NRK said, "I prostrated before him and said, Bhagavan, I am doing Rama Japa. I chant Rama, Rama, Rama. Is not chanting Arunachala Siva, Arunachala Siva superior to that?" "No, no, no," said Bhagavan vehemently. "Both are the same. Ra means that which is, and Ma means you. In Arunachala, A means that, Ru means you, and Na means are. Thus, both mean that thou art. You are that. Using your mind as the mouth, let the Rama Nama revolve continuously like Lord Vishnu's chakra, a discus-like weapon. No other person needs to know that you are doing japa." NRK, who was a professor of physics, interrupted, "If I spend all my time like that, what will happen to my teaching job? Will not my job be in jeopardy?" Bhagavan looked at him graciously and replied, "The one whose name you repeat will take full charge of that. You need not be concerned about it. Keep repeating the Rama mantra." This assurance from his guru impelled him to chant the Rama mantra 80 million times in the course of 5 years. In 1934, NRK visited Ramana Ashramam with his wife and 3 children. 2 of Bhagavan's classmates, Venkataramaya and Narayana Iyer, also accompanied them. NRK was in touch with the classmates and playmates of Bhagavan. It was N.R.K. who later interviewed them at my request. Even during this trip, he had a series of experiences in Bhagavan's presence. One day after dinner, they were seated in front of Bhagavan when Ramachandra Rao, a gentleman from Bangalore, started reading the Ribhu Gita aloud. Bhagavan advocated it to all serious spiritual seekers. Each verse ends with Aham Brahmam, meaning I am Brahman, or as God in the Bible says to Moses, I am that I am. When this was being recited by Ramachandra Rao, N.R.K. became ecstatic. Vibrations of pure consciousness took him up. He lost body consciousness. He was aware that all else looked like shadowy objects. In this state, he decided that he would renounce his family and the world. In those days, Arunachala was like a forest. So he decided that he would disappear into the forest. Bhagavan looked at him and only him. This was the Guru's grace and said, Krishnamurthy, go back to Madurai with your family. The salvation that you want to gain as a sannyasin in the forest is what you will get even as a householder in your profession. I say return home. N.R.K. told me, just like the repetition of Aham Brahmam took me to the heights of ecstasy, this specific command of Bhagavan woke me up. He prostrated and obeyed his master. He only asked, would you please give me a copy of the Ribhu Gita? With the book in hand, he took his family home. He became a very serious sadhaka. He kept aside time for his professional work and his duties towards his family. Other than that, he was always chanting the Rama mantra or reading the 5 hymns in praise of Arunachala and the 5 hymns in praise of Ramana. He also memorized most of the Ribhu Gita. That's all, folks. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Popodu.